Hello and welcome to another edition of The Big Question with me, Ian Pelham Turner, on ALB UK Television and positivebritain.co.uk. Today I have Anfisa Polyushkevych with me. I've got it right! Oh, thank God! Now the rest of the interview, folks, is going to be so simple because I get all the hard names, Albanian names, now Ukrainian names. And this is a very, very, very talented photographer from Ukraine. She is fabulous. I saw her work the other day and I was totally overwhelmed with it. She's absolutely amazing. So welcome.
Thank you, Ian.
And she is so nervous. She's making me nervous now. And what we've said is we've got a signal between each other. So if you suddenly see our feet going together, that's a sign to say she is so nervous.
I was just worried how you pronounce
she won't be able to say anything to me. So welcome.
Thank you, Ian.
Tell me, what first started you interested in photography?
Basically, when I was very, very young, I really had a dream to buy the camera. As my neighbor, she had an old Zenith camera.
Okay.
And basically, we was taking the photographs just with empty camera. There wasn't digital. You have to put some...
Yeah, put some film in.
Yeah, filming. And I was really enjoying to doing that. I said, oh, I'm looking forward to see the photographs.
Yes.
And basically, she told me at the end the truth that there was empty camera. This was my first,
no film in the camera.
No film in the camera. She just wanted to show off that, oh look, I've got a camera. Is a neat. I said, oh wow, this is a proper made, good camera with proper lens. And I was really looking forward for that photographs. So, and I didn't have a luck. And after that, I had a first camera from my father.
Very good.
Yes, for my birthday. Actually, from my mom, she said, oh, maybe we'll buy later on.
Yes.
And maybe she doesn't really need, because I wasn't that giving them too much pressure.
Okay.
I want to come. And my dad, he knew that, and he brought me as a present.
Well, there you go. See, that's what fathers do for their daughters.
Yeah, he treated me very well. I've got the best father in the world.
Well,
He's lovely.
Go. Excellent.
And mom as well.
Excellent.
So, and I started doing the photographs of everything and everywhere. It's just was kind of my hobby.
Yes.
I was inspired by, I don't know, nature, ice, children, cats. So I was photographing cats and dogs as well, yeah. And sometimes my friends saying to me, why you spending too much film for your cats? I said, because I love cats, I love animals. Why not? They deserve that. Yeah, this was my first camera. And then when I came to London, I got for present from my very, very lovely friends, first digital camera, which was cost, I think in that time, £350, which was very, very expensive. But I was shocked. Like, you can see the photographs straight away on
amazing, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful, yeah. And I was really, really happy of that. And I started doing the photographs. So this was my the best present through whole my life.
There you go, there you go,
yeah.
there you go.
And now I'm dreaming about another new camera. I understand that it's like you worked on the pencil camera, but in some points it does in my hobby, because I really like to take photographs of aircraft, and they're very, very fast.
And you I have to take my hat off to this young lady. Now, in my career, I was probably a photographer, if I think about it, for 40 odd years. So I think I know a little bit about photography. I saw this young lady's portfolio the other day. It looked amazing.
Oh, thank you.
It looked absolutely amazing. And she's so clever. And we were showing it to some of the people at ALB this afternoon, and they were transfixed by these photographs as well, of all the things you do. So you've done some very, very clever photography. But you are creative anyway, aren't you? You are creative. So when you came to London, you were studying interior design, I think, as well?
Yes, yes. First of all, I've done a foundation degree at Croydon College. So, and then I was trying to find myself what I really want to do. And basically, my teacher said, oh, Anfisa, don't do photography. It's so easy. Do something different, more creative. So, and after that I went to Middlesex University when I graduated 3 years ago and as an interior designer. But to be honest, I found that I love it, absolutely love it.
Of course.
But I found my interest more in photography.
It's photography.
And I thought, why I was listening to someone, why I didn't follow my heart?
Yes.
Why because it could be as a hobby and as a professional as well.
Yes.
So I'm not working as a interior designer. I'm trying to grow up in photography. I'm trying to learn, to get some new skills.
Yes.
Just to be happy, because this make me
and you
happy.
See, do you know the reality with photography is when you have a camera, you will never be lonely. And the reason why I say that is that there are so many photographers, even in London. So you may go out and start taking some photographs, and before you know it, someone else with a camera comes over and you start talking. And this is how you get sort of friendships as well. But when you're looking to take a photograph, what are the things that you're looking for? Say you've taken some wonderful photographs of children and also some very romantic style photographs of young ladies as well. What do you look for? What gives you pleasure in a photograph?
Basically, I personally prefer a very simple photograph. I prefer to catch that real looks, that natural looking of the person, because when I'm taking the photographs, I try to talk to people, because sometimes people are very nervous and they try to pose, but it's not very natural. I'm trying to catch the people and show all this reality, all this pureness of the person. So basically, is my kind of topic that I really follow in to make sure that person is beautiful how it is. Don't make it look something artificial.
And I think you have that piece of magic that even as for myself as a photographer, I never really had. I was a news journalist really more than anything, but you can create such a romantic photograph out of a lot of things as well. I mean, I'm enamored. I'm a fan of this young lady already. I'm a fan of this because she is so good at what she does. She really is. She's absolutely incredible with the photography side of things, and it shows. There's a softness, there's a focus, there's a beauty to the photographs as well. You know, and I think, you know, the reality with your type of photography, I think you've been born with it. You've got a gift, you know. So where would you like to do? What is the focus now for young Anfisa? What are you trying to sort of do with your life next?
Before, I mean, and now I really like aviation. So I'm starting to do my photography as my aviation, like first of all photographs, and then I've done some videos because I've got my YouTube channel, which is 7 years old. So it's called Stop Fiela, and
very good.
Yeah, and there's a pure aviation. So because first of all I was taking the photographs of airplanes to show this all power, this all craziness of airplanes, because till now I don't understand how they fly, to be honest. And then I was thinking, because I don't have all the time access to the airplanes, to the airports, and now it's very difficult time for airplane spotters. So I'm really like to go to Farnborough Air Show, to different kind of air show, and take a photograph and take a video for my YouTube channel. But now I'm focusing more on family photography, more children photography, because children, I would say, is more fun to take a photograph of.
Of course.
They are very natural, they're playful, they're cheerful, they bring that joy to create that kind of work which is really should be useful in a future for whole family, for for albums, for
Yeah.
everything. So basically now I'm very interested in children's photography. Probably I will switch from aviation. Of course, it will be my passion
Yes.
till end of my life, because this is something
You
very
love
serious.
airplanes. You love airplanes, yes.
I do love airplanes. What really touched my heart. But also in the same way, I really like people's. I really like portraits. I like natural look, as I said before.
Yes.
And also street photography,
Yes.
animals, which
Yes.
is naturally because I've got lovely, lovely dogs.
There you go.
So yeah, probably more people.
I mean, as I was telling you before, we met a couple of days ago, and it happened a long, long time ago now. But I used to take photographs of aircraft as well.
As well.
But this was for probably not for the right reasons, and it was really places like your home country. I might be crawling under barbed wire to photograph the missiles and the types of things that were going on at the time. So that was a different period in my life, but it did make me smile, folks, that when I saw these wonderful images that you've taken of the aircraft, it just took me back 40 odd years to when I almost got caught once. But anyway, that's a whole different story altogether. You obviously love photography. Now, with that as well, can you develop into other things? Because one of the projects that we're looking at on Positive Britain is to actually work with businesses. So I could see, for example, an opportunity where you might take some photographs of a business before they come into the studio here, so they actually have a different marketing setup as well. Does that interest you as well?
Oh, I think definitely. I think it's a brilliant idea, and I'm a person who really wants to try so many different kinds of photography. That's why I'm jumping from one topic to another topic. I'm inspired of everything, of light, weather, people. So definitely brilliant idea, Ian.
Yeah. Who do you think are harder to photograph, men or women?
Oh God, definitely.
I think I know the answer already. I saw the look on her face, and the shoe hasn't come this way at all yet. So tell me.
Ian, if someone photographed me, this is nightmare. I know. I know the hardest thing is a photograph woman, because I'm too fat. Your hair is in the wrong way. It's like different kind of things what women really looking for.
Yes.
And men, simple. Even if you go to a shop, women just go every single shops, a man just go to buy. If he need to buy the trousers, he go to buy the trousers, and that's it. Man is easier. Man is easy. Woman is a bit.
I wonder at times, because with women as well, and I agree with you. I mean, for me, and people know this about me, I support female causes. I think all women are beautiful, first of all. And I think the reality is that I get it. As I've said before, men look in the mirror. They may be shaving, they may be coming here, that's it, and off they go. Women look in the mirror, and every morning there may be a spot, or there may be sort of something, maybe a blemish, or they may be slightly tired, and that's it. It's ruined their day before they've even started. What do you think makes a good female photograph? What would you look for in a photograph?
I think the most important to make woman beautiful, how she really is. To just when I'm photographing woman, I'm just trying to explain her basic posture, basic position, to make sure she will be happy. And it depends also what kind of angle she is. You can take a photograph of. So basically, I try to make her comfortable first of all, and then took lots of shots.
That's the biggest secret of the lot, isn't it?
Yes, I think.
So, who is easier to make comfortable, men or women?
Easier men. Ian. Definitely
Really?
men, yeah. Men is just very simple. If you work with men, they have to make sure that it's tied in a good place. That's it. The rest of the stuff, they don't really care.
But with women, so what type of techniques do you use to actually to get the best photograph of a woman?
It depends. If she's old or if she's young. If she's old, I use in different light position to show less wrinkles, to have more exposure on the face.
Yes.
Basically, to make her look younger. This is, I think, is the most common thing for the women worry about, because I'm trying to don't do much Photoshop, because I really prefer natural photographs.
Yes.
Not like you looking like a doll, not the doll, but to look like she's not looking in that terms. So yeah, I think lighting is the main case, and reflector. So basically, I'm using more natural light rather than artificial.
It's softer.
Yeah, it's much softer, and the portraits look much better. So basically, you can deliver good photograph.
Yeah. I mean, I believe exactly the same. As you know, I used to photograph a lot of women, and for me, I think, as I say, all women look beautiful anyway. But I use similar techniques to yourselves at times, and I remember one lady who was in her 60s, and her daughter was a model. And she'd come along to have her photograph taken and watch her model daughter have her photograph. And she was made up for the day, but you know, she was very nervous about having her photograph taken. And I took her photograph, and we showed her photograph, and I'd taken 30 years off her. You know, and she gasped. She gasped.
This is brilliant.
So did the daughter as well. The daughter looked like, in fact, they looked like sisters rather than mother and daughter. Finally, now, obviously, in the future, do you think photography is still needed today? You know, is it that type of art form that will always be there?
Absolutely. I think photography is very important in a human's life, especially in our time when everyone has expensive phone to take a photographs, to put on social media, they try to achieve some things, and photography is like a history. This is a frozen moment of time, and it can be going from generation to generation. And I think the professional photography is, people still doing good, because you can't make a good shot, but you can't achieve that good quality and that kind of lighting with just a phone. So people who really understand in photography, and they can really take photography as an art, so they know what they're doing and they know how to achieve this. So I think it's a good future for all photographers, for all photography, and this is very important in our lives. Because
well, I know you know what you're doing. Tell me finally, because we're showing several of your photographs this afternoon. What is your favourite photograph? Do you have one favourite?
Oh yes, I do. Is my niece Lisa.
Okay, so this is the one with the dirty fingers.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Just explain how she's got dirty fingers.
I've done these photographs long time ago. I would say 7-8 years ago.
Okay.
With my.
Has she forgiven you for having it taken over dirty?
Yes, she doesn't know that I'm showing these photographs, but she quite like it, because the way how her expression is very pure, very naive.
Yes.
She doesn't really worry about how people look at me if I've got these dirty fingers. Yeah. And this show like very happy childhood.
And how did she get those dirty fingers?
We was on a riverside, and in Ukraine we had, in that time we had lots of freedom. So we was doing the fireplace, and we was baking potato.
Okay.
She was open up that potato and she would try to eat. That's why she would got dirty fingers. But I found this very, very interesting, very beautiful and very naive, that pureness of the child, that she doesn't really worry how to pose, that expression. She can say a lot, you know, with her expression, that happiness.
Well, that's how we're going to end as well, on a pace of happiness. And folks, not a foot didn't come sliding my way at all. Didn't she do well this afternoon? She was so nervous. But I hope we will see a lot more of you on ALB UK TV and positivebritain.co.uk in the future. I think you're the most fabulous person, and we see how we can work together. So another big question is over with Anfisa Polyushkevych. I can say it. It trips off the tongue now. I can say it.
Well done.
So from me and from Anfisa, goodbye for now and have a great week. Take care.
Thank you very much.